What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something a little bit different today, and I don't know. We're just going to be talking about the Winnipeg Jets and, some of these guys that maybe won't be here next season, but we should be appreciating right now. Connor Hellebuyck, Mark Scheifele, Blake Wheeler, Pierre-Luc Dubois, these are all guys that are big pillars to this team, and they really are the core of this team. Throw in other guys like Morrissey, Ehlers, Connor in there as well, but, those guys are probably not leaving this offseason. But those four are real good players that have been with this team for a long time. Pierre-Luc Dubois, the exception there, but, obviously being traded for Patrick Laine, there's a lot of stock put in you, and you are a real important player, especially with, what Patty brought to this team being sent out. And a lot of expectations were on Pierre-Luc Dubois' shoulders. I think he's excelled and he's done very well, but obviously he doesn't seem to want to sign here long term. So is this the end of this core? I think I've made a video about this already, talking about it, but this video is going to be a little different. I think that we should really be rooting on this team and, obviously rooting them on. We're Jets fans. That's what we're here to do. But we should just really appreciate the talent while we have it here. Is Blake Wheeler in his prime? No, but in his prime, man, he was an incredible player. And, as much flack as I give Blake sometimes, it was great watching him for the last 12 13 years here in Winnipeg, and it's hey, it's been a blast. The guy was a captain here in Winnipeg. I think that one day he'll probably have his number thrown up in the rafters, probably a Hall of Famer. Can make the same argument with Connor Hellebuyck, definitely a Hall of Famer in my eyes, one of the most important goaltenders in the league. And maybe, of the last decade, I think that he's been a generational goaltending player. And I just love everything that Connor Hellebuyck does. Of course, Mark Scheifele as well, the team's first round pick since, returning from Atlanta. It's just crazy that we're here now. And, we talked about it all season, but now it feels real. It's like, wow, this could be the real last dance with this squad. And it's, I don't know. It's got me feeling mixed emotions, right? Like, I'm excited to see the next chapter of Jets hockey unfold next season if, they do indeed do a retool or a rebuild. But at the same time, it's like, wow, these are guys that I grew up watching. These are guys that, raised me in a way. Like, I'm not that old, guys. Like, I'm turning 22 next week. And it's just unbelievable to me that, this could all really be going down now. It's starting to hit me a little bit. And I don't know really what this video is. It's going to be a little bit of a mess, but I'm just having a little bit of a nostalgia trip here. Blake Wheeler obviously putting up that 90-point season in the 17-18 run. Mark Scheifele having a fantastic playoffs. Just like, oh my God, prime Mark Scheifele in 2017-18 was absolutely unbelievable. I still don't know how they didn't win a Stanley Cup that year. And, obviously that loss in the third round came against the Vegas Golden Knights. So I hope that those guys have a little bit of bite to them this time. And I hope that they get their revenge on those guys. Even if they only get through the first round, I really would love if, on their way out, they said, you know what, Vegas, we're going to take you down one last time here. And we can, kind of end the chapter on a good note. Well, the Jets get past the second round. I'm not going to talk about that right now. They will be playing the winner of Edmonton or LA if they do, and both those teams are very, very good. So obviously, we're looking far too ahead here into the future, into the playoffs right now. But hey, it is going to be wild. I want this team to go win a cup. I want this team to go on a run. Let's do the 2011-2012 Kings. Let's go do what they did. Let's be the 8th seed. Let's go win a ring. I would love it. I would kill for it, and it would be such an amazing story, just especially with how the season's gone this year. If they could all go and grab one, that would be so much fun to bring a Stanley Cup back to Winnipeg. On 32 Thoughts, Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick were talking, and they just said, like they did a lot of interviews with Winnipeg, and a lot of the players were saying, we went through that slump, and a lot of us, thought that this might be it. The question that Elliot asked was, is this the last dance? Is this the last run at the cup with this core? And a lot of the players were saying, like, they were really worried about it, and they said that we needed to step up because that stretch there from mid-January to, kind of mid-March-ish in there, they really weren't playing good, and they were losing a lot of games, and they just didn't look like they cared out there. But that's something that they talked about. They corrected the ship, and at the end of the year, they had a really solid finish, and it got Jets fans excited again, right? Like, I was really out of it for a while there. It didn't look like they cared. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs at one point. But they came back, they showed that they cared, they showed the city that, hey, we're still here, we still got some fuel left in us, let's go on a run. And that excited me, and that seems to really have excited them. They don't want to, be moved. They want to keep this core intact. contact, obviously. The players do. They love playing with each other, and that's what a lot of them were saying in their interviews, post-regular season. So I do find that really cool, and I really hope that, maybe they can get it done. Maybe they can find a way to go on a little bit of a run here with Rick Bowness, and it would be fun for Rick, too. I think that's something that gets lost a little bit. I'd love to see Rick Bowness win a Stanley Cup. That would be so cool, guys. Do I think it's going to happen? Definitely not. I think it is such a long shot, obviously, but man, it'd be fun if, the stars could align here and Jets could go hoist that cup. But anyway, guys, this is just, guess this is just my thoughts before the playoffs. I don't really know what this video is, but I just wanted to talk about it because these are guys that, are really important to me, important to the city, and I'm sure important to a lot of you guys we've been watching for over 10 years now, some of them, and just guys that, don't grow on trees. Connor Hellebuck, generational goaltender, future Hall of Famer. Blake Wheeler, same thing, definitely a future Hall of Famer in my eyes. But the way I see it is, if this is the last ride, it has been a blast with this core. As much as it's been up and down, this core has been fantastic, and I've loved these guys. So I would love to see them go out and go win a Stanley Cup this year. Will it happen? We'll have to see. We'll start with round 1 here, but a playoff first round win here would be very, very nice, and a very nice start to the run. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Sorry if this was a mess. I don't know what this was, but yeah. This very well could be the last dance, but I'm going to sit here and I'm going to enjoy it. I'm sure every one of you are, kind of in the same boat here. Let's root on these Jets. Let's go win a Stanley Cup, baby. I'll see you in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.